Well, another season of the Life series has come and gone, so I'm here to unpack, look back, and see how this one stacks up. Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, everyone. I'm Chaotic Good, and today we are reviewing the latest and sixth season of the Life series, Wildlife. So, first, let's talk about this season's concept. Personally, I think it was a cool idea, and for what it was well executed. I want to give massive credit to the developers who clearly put a lot of hard work into these wildcards. However, I think this season feels like it belongs in a separate group that includes Secret Life, but not the first four seasons. These last two have felt like they drifted away from the life-based themes into other, more random elements. Not that that's a bad thing, but it is different to the truly classic Life series some of us were used to. Also, it feels like with these different themes, the actual survival elements of these later seasons are less prominent. There hasn't been clearly established rules about how you lose and gain lives, who's allowed to kill who, etc. Also, the use of keep inventory has also decreased the survival focus. And, this is my last complaint, there have not been quite so much focus on alliances and rivalries, with people just working with whoever. Personally, I feel that these last two seasons have been missing some of the aspects that made me love the earlier seasons. Okay, now let's talk positives. This season's finale was absolutely incredible. Bringing back all the wildcards was a great idea, and it was done in a way that wasn't overwhelming, so it was easy enough to follow. The end was intense and fun to watch. Everyone just turning on each other, Green's attack on the Bam Bunker, and the many failures of the tower all made for an interesting and fast-paced finale. In terms of the actual wildcards themselves, some were really great, like the snails and the superpowers, but some of them were pretty underwhelming, like the size changing and the time one. It just seems like the wildcards didn't really affect the events of each episode. Personally, I think I would have preferred for the superpowers to be active every session, and maybe each person gets a random one each time. That said, I did enjoy this season, and I'm going to miss it. For a final rating, I'm giving Wildlife a 6.5 out of 10. Click up in the top right to see what that number's based on. Now, we're going to take a look at the video I made before Wildlife began. In this video, I made 6 main predictions about the events and outcomes of this season, so let's see how many I got right. First, I predicted an 8-episode season, which was correct. Next, I said that this season would feature a unique life system like Last Life and Limited Life. This was partially correct, as the players had 6 lives as opposed to the usual 3, and could regain them in some ways, but the overall theme of this season, as we have said, was more like Secret Life. Third, I predicted this season would include a boogeyman each episode, which was entirely incorrect. In terms of players, I predicted all former members would be returning, except for Mumbo, Lizzie, and Ren. And I also predicted that there would be no new members. This was mostly incorrect, as Mumbo, Lizzie, and Ren were in this season, but I was correct in saying that no new members would join. Now, my prediction for the winner was Joel, Impulse, or Gem, so I was very pleased when Joel won, also because it has been a long time coming and was truly deserved. Impulse and Gem also placed highly, so this prediction was correct. Lastly, I predicted that Jimmy had truly broken his curse and would not come last, which was correct as well. Mumbo died first in true Spanner fashion. So overall, I got about 3.5 things right out of my 6 predictions. If you haven't seen the video where I make these predictions, click in the top right now and go check it out. This was my most popular video ever, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. Speaking of things you'll enjoy, I was thinking about going back and reviewing each season of the Life series and creating a sort of ranking. If that's something you'd be interested in watching, let me know and I'll get to work. If there's anything else you'd like to see a video on, drop a comment down below. I do my best to respond to every single comment, and I'm always open to suggestions. Even if you have some feedback or criticism, I'd love to hear it, as long as you're not too mean. I think that's everything I wanted to cover, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the ideas I mentioned earlier, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!